Hello and welcome to today's video. If you haven't seen already, last week I did all of the Traveling Mans in one day. It was a very long day. I had great fun. I had some great company, but it was a long day. And I may or may not have bought some manga. Now, because of how much footage I'd already filmed, I decided to split the whole into its own video. Also because it was like a whole thing with Traveling Man, I'm going to include stuff that isn't manga if I picked it up in the Traveling Man. So I bought some figures and all the stuff that Ben bought. I think that Ben's not actually in at the moment, so I kind of just guessed at the stuff he picked up. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Massive thank you to Traveling Man for not kicking me out of any of the stores or letting me run around and buy all your manga. I'm not sure how you'd complain about that though, to be fair. If you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and if you're interested in early access to videos, why not check out my channel members? Sure, there'll be links down below. Also check out my social media and affiliate links, such as the Dudettes Discord server. There will also be a link to the Traveling Man online store if you're unable to get to a physical store yourself. Can have a peruse of what they've got online there. So usually when I do my hauls, I do them alphabetically, and I'm going to try and slightly do it that way still. However, I'm going to break it down by store in the order that I visited them, as opposed to combine them into one big massive pile. The only bits I won't really break down by store is the stuff that Ben bought, because I have no idea which store he bought all of that in, to be fair, so that's just going to be at the end. So the first store we went to was Traveling Man. Specifically the Manchester Traveling Man store, and mostly I think what I picked up was new releases. I think one of them isn't quite new release, so let's go alphabetically. So the first one I picked up was Ayashimon Volume 1, and I believe this is another series by the same creator as Hell's Paradise. Slightly attempting a second camera again. I used to do this before until I started using my phone to actually record my main videos, so I'm trying it again. Hopefully it's not too horrendous. I picked up Ayashimon Volume 1. I don't really know anything about it. My understanding is it wasn't received too well in Japan, but it was received well in the West. Could be wrong. And that it cancelled at not too many volumes, which is a shame. I thought Hell's Paradise was fine. I think it definitely helped reading a whole bunch in one go for me to get into it. So I was interested to try another series by the same artist, but if it's not a very long series, it's a shame. What's alphabetically next? So next we have Fly Me to the Moon 15. Now I hadn't realised that when I did a order of other Viz volumes and I'd ordered 16 of this, I still hadn't got 15. So I grabbed this to fill my gap in the series. I've still only read to about 6-7 volumes. So far not really anything's happened in the series by about 6-7, or was it 7-8? Somewhere 7. I think I've read 7 at least. Not much has horrendously happened. I'm really hoping for more going further. How many volumes is this on? Is this on the way to completion? It feels like it's getting to be quite a long series, to be honest. Okay, next we have How Do We Relationship Volume 8. This is a series that I do want to try and catch up on this year. I've only read a couple of volumes, I think. It's well, from what I've read, it was a GL series set like at college, university, so a bit more mature. And my understanding is the series is just a more mature take on real relationships. It's not just a horrendously cutesy series. It kind of feels more real, which I'm interested in trying because I feel like a lot of the stuff I've read recently is quite cutesy. And sometimes I feel like even the stuff that is more real, it just goes too well, and I think that's one of the problems I had a bit with Sweat and Soap. I like Sweat and Soap, but I think it all just went too well. Like they rarely even argued. And I'm not saying like for a relationship to be real you have to argue. I don't know. I think I just got a bit bored. Next we have 2 volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen. We have 18 and 19. I fell a little bit behind on the series, hence why I've gotten 2. I've still not read very far. I think I'm starting to get daunted to read this. Alongside Chainsaw Man, the hype of the series is like putting me off. It's scaring me. I really like the cover of 18 though. All the sketches over the top. Maybe I'll do a binge at some point. I don't know if I'll do it this year because I still want to try and read JoJo, though we're in April and I've not started that yet, so I'm a bit scared. And then the final volume I grabbed in Manchester was My Hero Academia Team Up Missions 3. I think this is a wonderful spin-off series. I think it's probably my favourite My Hero spin-off series, though I'm not very far into vigilantes, to be fair. This is kind of like just random pairings of characters from the My Hero Academia universe, and they kind of get thrown into a situation, and how do they work together and bounce off each other using their powers, skills, what's the word? I've forgotten the word, it'll come to me. Quirks, it came to me. It just like how they bounce off each other, which I think is really, really neat. And it's not particularly high stakes because a lot of them are like one-shot chapters, and it's like if it doesn't wrap up in the chapter, that's it. It's not really an ongoing story to it, it's just more fun. It doesn't release very often, it's like a volume a year, unfortunately. You really like to get on the table when I'm recording, don't you? So in Manchester, I didn't pick up anything extra. I think in Manchester I was feeling the most like restrained. It's also the store I picked up the least manga in. I was just like, we're at the beginning, I can't go too crazy. Let's start calm, And then I started to ramp it up a little bit. I'm not going to do it alphabetical anymore because I've not alphabetized any of these. These are just the order I picked them up in. So next we have The King's Beast Volume 9. This is me staying up to date with the series. I've not read past Volume 3 still. Actually, I saw someone on Twitter say how, because it's set in the same universe as Dawn of the Arcana, someone said that there were some elements of Dawn of the Arcana that's starting to creep into this series, which means I'm now not going to keep reading this series for sure until I read Dawn of the Arcana, though I only have like 2 or 3 volumes of that series, so I'm going to collect that, then read it, then read this. But I'm going to stay up to date with this as I go. Next we have Yona of the Dawn 38. Now, I hadn't realised I was behind on this series, though I did get a bit concerned earlier. I've misplaced a couple of my Yona volumes. I'm assuming they're somewhere because like, I did a massive reshuffle, but I couldn't find my volume 37, which I'm fairly sure I have picked up. Yona of the Dawn 38. I'm missing, I think, 4 volumes till I'm up to date with the series. It's just I'm missing like single digit volumes and then like 10 and 15. So I am super close and then I'll be able to read it all, but I've also committed to picking up some other long running shoujo series, so I'm not sure how soon I'll get to reading that. And next we got Mission Yazakura Family 3. Volume 1 was quite fun, light-hearted. It was predominantly set up, to be fair. Do look forward to reading some more. I'm going to read 2 and 3 together, I think. I hadn't realised how quickly they were coming out. Or maybe I'm just slow. I'm probably just being slow. I really like the colour of the number 3. It's like a nice minty colour. Next, I picked up My Love Mix-Up. Is the quality of that okay? I want to hope so. I really hope it is. Next, I picked up My Love Mix-Up Volume 6. Again, staying up to date with the series. I read up to Volume 3, and then I think it said the series had completed at like 9 volumes in Japan. So I'm going to wait for the rest and read them all together. I find like high school series in general, I find it a lot easier to read them all together because I start to forget who characters are, because there's a lot less distinct characteristics in slice of life, romance, high school series than there is in like a battle shonen with like hairstyles and outfits and stuff, and I just get confused on who is who. I can't remember names or what they look like. I find it a lot easier with series like this to just wait and read a whole bunch in one go. Definitely has been how I've enjoyed them more, so I'm gonna wait for the last few volumes to release that. As we have Hunter x Hunter 21. Been piecing this series together for quite a while now. I'm not too many volumes off actually being up to date to 36. Well, 37 comes out soonish, I think, or this year at least. Of like all the people I talked to like in real life, Hunter x Hunter's like the one that everyone's like, you should read this one, it's so good. I was gonna say, is it in Italy print? You can see the spine has like bled. Oof, that's a lot. I personally don't care about Italy prints or anything, because I mean, if they didn't print them in Italy, we wouldn't be able to get them. Yes, I'm just not fussed as long as I can have them. But that's just me. I understand some people are, and that's fine. Just I'm not. Okay, next we have Kakurio Bed and Breakfast for Spirits 8. Now this series releases, I swear, a volume every other year. I got up to date with this before lockdown, and I think one other volume has released since then. So 3 years, and we've just had 2 volumes. A year and a half then, I suppose. They're really, really thin, and I'll be honest, reading volume 7 I didn't find particularly enjoyable just because it was so thin and they released so infrequently. I'd completely forgotten what everything was happening. By the time I did start to get back into it, it finished. So I always say this is a series, if you are interested in it, potentially hold off for it to finish, or hold up and read a whole bunch in one go, maybe. Okay, next we've got 2 volumes of Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt 18 and 13. So this is a series that Ben started reading, and Ben has been really, really enjoying it. Like, he was like, when we go on this trip, I'm looking for volumes of this. Unfortunately, we didn't see too many that we didn't already have. I'm hoping there's going to be some reprints of this maybe, though I don't imagine it's a particularly popular series, unfortunately. So maybe we'll just be able to find a bunch more secondhand. I think we've got like 7 volumes now maybe with these two, so we don't even have half of them. But we'll get there, Ben, I promise. And the final volume I got in Leeds Travelling Man was Psalm 100 Volume 9. Look, Yellow Spine! You know how I feel about yellow spines. They're so infrequent. And they're always yellow spines. Maybe it's because I've cursed myself. I am very behind on reading this. I don't think I've read volume 7. So 7, 8 and 9. I don't think it's particularly amazing, but I was drawn in by the rainbow spines, to be honest. I am absolute sucker for yellow, rainbow spines. If the quality of this is very good, I am sorry. I thought, let's just try something new. And then didn't practice or anything. So in terms of stuff that I got that wasn't manga in the Travelling Man Leeds, I picked this up from my sister. It is an Pokemon Eevee crochet kit. So my sister is a massive Pokemon fan, and she started taking up crocheting. Well, she used to knit before she went to uni, and then she started to pick up crocheting whilst at uni, and I keep throwing her balls of yarn and cotton and wool and crap, and she's making me stuff. And I got her a book, I think, around Pokemon crocheting, and I thought this is like a full kit. She can make her own little Eevee. It should be super cute. Hopefully she enjoys it. But yeah, I got this Belle Coupos kit. Belle is my favourite Disney princess books. I'll be honest though, when we were in the Travelling Man, they had this like, I don't know what the set's called. It's like Flower Princesses or something. It's quite hefty. And they had a Belle and an Ariel. And I do also quite like Ariel. And I was like, do I get Belle or Ariel? And both DB Otaku and Ben were like, you've got loads of Belle stuff. I don't know if you can see it just above my head. I do have loads of Belle stuff. Get the Ariel. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm getting the Belle. And then I kind of regretted it. And then I kind of wanted both. And then I saw Ariel in another Travelling Man late in the day. And I nearly got it there. And then I didn't. And now I regret it. And I might need to get Ariel later at some point. But it's so cute. I really like Belle. Pretty hair. I don't really get what the base is for. Like, do you need the base? I feel like she's fine without the base. What's the base for? Feels like just unnecessary plastic. Was there anything else? I'm gonna say no because I can't remember where Ben's stuff came from. So let's move to the next store. So next was Travelling Man York. Now at this point, both with Manchester and Leeds, we were able to leave anything we bought in the car. But then we ditched the car to train the rest of the way. Apart from DB Otaku, who had to carry everything he bought. But he also had a suitcase with wheels, which he didn't use the wheels. He carried it the whole way. Mad lad. I was starting to be a bit more like, think about what I'm buying because it's going to be heavy. So in York, I bought 6 volumes. So on top, I bought Seraph the End Volume 26. Now this is the latest volume in the series. I have talked a few times about my problems with the series, not because it's a bad series, but because it made me miss my train. And so I don't think I've read past Volume 10 yet still. I can't believe it's still ongoing. I want to get back into it so bad. Okay, one of my most favorite pickups of the entire day is Haiku 36. Now why did Haiku 36 excite me so much? Well, that is because Haiku 36 is the last volume of Haiku I needed to complete the series. Over 3 years, 3.5 years I think I've been collecting this. 3 years, something like that. And finally I've gotten the last volume that I need to complete it. Now I can actually read it if I so choose. I have been picking up piecemeal so long. I mean, there's almost like every other haul I've done has had at least 1 volume of Haiku in it. It's just been splattered all the way through, and now I am complete with Haiku. It's so exciting. Next we have Call of the Night Volume 11. Oh, I think the fairy lights are catching the volumes. Damn it. Hopefully it's still not too bad. Call of the Night Volume 11. So I have read the first couple of this, and so far it's not really caught me. I don't understand the hype. Everyone else seems to adore it. There's been an anime, I think, and everyone's loved the anime. I'm like, is it just me? Why? What is it? What? I'm gonna try and read a bunch of that. Binge it a bunch, I think. Next we have 2 volumes of Twin Star Exorcist. We have volumes 23 and 27. 23 was a volume I was missing and had a gap, and 27 I believe is the newest release. February 2023. Newish, I suppose. So yeah, I think I'm now up to date with Twin Star Exorcist, I believe. It's another series where I've been buying a lot secondhand and piecemealing it over the years, which is very exciting. Both black volumes. I do like the alternate black, white, black, white, black, white. So I've not enjoyed having like two of them next to each other because I've got gaps. Okay, next we have Ghost Reaper Girl 4. I've still not read past volume 1 because I was like, it's okay. Also, it's really hard to read it left to right. It just throws me. I'm not sure why it's left to right other than the author wanted it to be left to right. It's hard to read sometimes with how much I read right to left though. Is it the same manga artist as Rosaria Vampire? It is. Oh, he changed his pen name. I wonder why you'd want to change your pen name. Okay, next we have some bigger volumes. We have Muji Rushi, The Sign of Dreams, and I believe this is a one-shot by Urasawa. Ben's been getting quite into Urasawa's series recently. He's read Pluto, he's read Asadora, he's partway through reading Monster, and then he wants to read 20th Century Boys. And then we're trying to collect, I think, Master Keaton, and we have a few other one-shots. So he's quite keen to try and pick this one up so he can try this one as well. I have absolutely no idea what it's about. Some of these characters look like just like characters from Asadora. Okay, next we've got Urusei Yatsura 15. I've started trying to piece this series together. I think I have like 12 volumes now maybe. And there's the latest volume out, which is the last volume, which I don't have, and then a couple early ones I'm still missing. I think I'm missing like volumes 2 and 3 still. I've started picking up a whole bunch of series by this manga artist, so I picked up Ranma and a Half, I think, as well, and I started picking up Inuyasha, yeah. I've not really tried picking up, is it Renee? I know Emma's picking that one up, but it looks really hard to find, and I'm not interested in picking up series that are really hard to find. Don't know when I'll read this one yet, though. At some point. And then the last volume I picked up in York was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Volume 7. So this is the latest one out. It's taken me a little bit to pick it up. I didn't rush because I've obviously not read it. Oh, there's some sticky stuff on it. I'll wipe that down. Because I said I wanted to try and read JoJo this year, I'm trying to stay on top of it now. Also, it took me so long to get on top of JoJo, having not been up to date for a very, very long time. So trying to stay up to date with it now. Why did I choose to pick up like heavy hardbacks when I had to train a bunch of places? Okay, so besides manga, I think I also picked up this little Rowlet figure from my sister because she absolutely adores Rowlet. She's a big Rowlet fan. I hope she's a Rowlet fan. I know she likes Rowlet and Rayquaza. I don't think you see her as much. I feel like I see more Rowlet stuff than Rayquaza stuff, which is wild because like legendary. I also picked up some dice because she's been playing D&D recently with some of her uni friends, and I thought they were pretty, and she said she'd be interested in me buying her some dice. Okay, so next and finally is Traveling Man Newcastle. So I was being pretty good, to be fair. We went to 3 manga stores and this is what I bought, and then we went to Newcastle, and to begin with, I was also very good. Let me just show you. So to begin with, this is what I bought in Traveling Man Newcastle. So on top we have 3 light novels. High School Prodigies Have It Easy, Even in Another World, 3, 4, and 6. Now, to be honest, I wasn't the one that bought these. DB Otaku bought these for me, but they're for Ben, because he does a live stream every Monday and he sometimes gives out prizes to chat, and the prize is buying them some manga, and I won one of them the week that we were going to do this, so he decided to just like buy me something on the trip. Except I was like, please don't buy me manga, keep it for yourself and buy your manga, and he was like, no, I'm not doing that, and I was like, okay, halfway ground, buy Ben some light novels, and that was the compromise. These were also 50% off. What I really, really liked in Traveling Man Newcastle was they put all of the stickers on the spines, so it was really obvious to see what was on sale or what was included as part of a 3 for 2. You'd definitely be able to see it like on the spines when I show them out, but I really liked it because it was like really obvious. So yeah, I grabbed these for Ben because I've been enjoying the manga, and also I've got him a few other light novels from that series, but I think he has a clear run now. I also grabbed some manga from the series. I think I've got 3, 5, and 6. 5, 3, 6. The fairy lights are not helping, are they? And then these were also all 50% off, which is pretty good for this. It's a plastic wrap series. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's more just very booby. But also, the first couple weren't plastic wrapped, and they're the only ones I've really read so far. Yeah, because I was missing volume 3. Maybe it changes. This was a fun isekai. Really happy. I've got like 1 to 9 now, I think. I believe it is in the teens or early double digits. I am a bit behind, but not by far. I also picked up Tales of Wedding Rings Volume 10, and this was also 50% off. This is quite an expensive series. It's a big yen press. It's plastic wrapped. It's also an isekai. It's also a plastic wrapped isekai. I've got a lot of plastic wrapped isekais. I like that the author's name is called Maybe. I think I'm missing 1 volume before I'll be have a clear run. It's like volume 6 or something. They had a few other volumes of this at 50% off, but I already had those, so I didn't grab those. Next, this was my probably most naughty buy because it wasn't on sale, it wasn't thrift 2, and that is Spice and Wolf 13 and 15. Now, the latest Spice and Wolf volumes are really hard to find. At least they are in the UK. Like on Amazon, they're like way above retail, not in stock, sold by third-party sellers. eBay, barely find them in English. So seeing 2 of the 3 volumes I needed to complete the series, I was like, I'm gonna be naughty. I'm gonna be naughty, and I was naughty. So I'm only missing volume 14 and they'll be complete on the series. I absolutely adore Spice and Wolf spines. They're like, I think my favourite spines in my collection. I just love the font and the spine colorings, and like it's up there with like anything rainbow, to be fair. Don't know why I love them as much as I do, but I do. So that was my naughty buy. And then I did a 3 for 2. We have 2 volumes of Hunter x Hunter volume 9 and 13. Now, to be fair, I think they actually had every Hunter x Hunter volume I was missing. We had to carry it back, and I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do it. So I only got 9 and 13, which were like the first couple of volumes that I was missing to make a clear run, which is very exciting. And then also grabbed D Grey Man 23. And I am, again, this series is hard to find the singles. I'm hoping, are they doing reprints of this? Oh yeah, 3rd printing November 2022, so they are reprints of this. I'm still missing 1 or 2 in the teens, and then a couple in the early 20s. I think this goes on hiatus. It has been a while since there's been another volume, or it doesn't release particularly often. Either way, I enjoyed the first couple I read, and then I started to struggle to find volumes, so I was like, well, I won't read any further. Okay, so basically what happened was, we purchased that, and we were all at the front of the store, and I was like, let me just run in to film a few other bits. I think I missed a few bits when I was filming, and I was like, I did a lap of the store, and I got to the back of the store, and I found the sales section. It was a decent sized sales section. They had like a Calyx, and there were like multiple layers of manga. So I was there. You'll see potentially when, I think I filmed it as like a portrait video for like TikTok or Reels or something, and there's a point where I just like go around a corner and then I kind of like double take and go and so there's like one little bit of the store where I didn't film because I got very distracted by a sales section, and I was like literally on my hands and knees, and I hadn't realized that everyone was waiting for me at the front of the store, and they like came looking for me, and it was just me on the floor pulling manga out. And it was also like 5 minutes to closing. I was rushing. I was trying to rush so much because we just got into the store in time, and I felt so guilty. I'm so sorry, traveling by Newcastle. I felt like I caused such a mess at the end of the day. I'm so sorry. Right, yes. So I went back, and let me show you what I got. So let's do the light novels first. I think they're mostly grouped by series, at least. So first off, we have Death March to Parallel Rhapsody 3. This really exciting to see, because this was the only volume of this series that Ben was missing. He's now got, I think he's now up to date with the series, and he was so annoyed that he was missing an early volume because he didn't want to start reading it because he'd have to stop pretty quickly. But now he's got it. He's got volume 3. Then it was like the only volume from the series they had as well. So happy. Also, yeah, all of these were 50% off. All of them were 50% off. So next we got World's Strongest Rearguard, Labyrinth Country's Novice Seeker 3. I've bought a few random ones of these for Ben so far. I think he has 1 and 2 and then like 6. So he can, I think, read this one at least straight away. I've been reading the manga, it's fine. It is an isekai. It has its ups and downs. I kind of like some of the mechanics, but it's kind of gone into that trope of generic boring guy surrounded by loads of women. My voice is starting to go. Also, I'm getting really hungry. Ben's gone out to get food. Oh no, is that Ben? Well, he can at least tell me which stuff came from which store. Yeah, you go greet Ben, cat. Okay, so next we have The Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena, 3 and 6. Now, I think the manga's absolutely lovely, but it doesn't release particularly often. Like, when did Volume 3 came out? I got Volume 3 like a year and a half ago, and Volume 4 is still not out, though I think it might come out this year. The light novels are way ahead. When's Volume 6 from? Volume 6 is... oh, 2021, so like a year and a half still, so there's probably a bunch more later on. I really hope he enjoys this one. It's not really isekai, but it's fantasy and witchy. Okay, next we have, Sword Oratoria 11. So this is a spin-off from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I used to call Sword Oratia, but that's literally not what it says. Sword... oh no, I think it stopped recording. We're close to the end. It says it's run out of memory. Oh dear. We're close to the end. I'll hold them up. I'm so sorry. There was an attempt at something and it slightly failed. I'll try and do better next time. Ben's unloading the car. He'll be getting hungry and grumpy soon. So yeah, I've been getting these mostly secondhand for probably actually a similar price that I paid 50% off on this, except this is brand new, not secondhand, though sometimes you can't tell with secondhand. I don't think he's read much of the main series yet either though. See if he likes it. Hopefully you'll like it. Next we have 3 volumes from Konosuba. Yay! Very, very exciting to get some Konosuba light novels, especially early ones, because I've got him like almost a clear run from like 10 to 17, and then he's just got like 1-2. It's like 1-2, 10 to 17. So I need to get him a whole bunch of the earlier ones. So we've got 3, we've got 4, and we've got 6. Yay! So happy. Oh wow, I think I know where 6 takes place. That's quite early. That didn't happen. Okay, next we have Accomplishments of a Duke's Daughter 6, I think. It had the 50% off on the sign. I was like, what number are you? And then I realized that the number's actually at the top of the spine. I think this is a really fun manga. Ben's actually been reading the manga, so he wasn't sure if he wanted the light novels, and then I bought him some anyway. This was a bit more pricier, so this retailer says $13.99, so half price is about £7, which to me, like, £7 is an acceptable price to pay for anything that isn't this. Really. Actually, even Yen Press, I'd rather it be £6 something, but 7Cs or Kodansha, £7 is like what I aim for a lot of the time. Onto the manga. Okay, so I'll just grab this one on top. So on top we have 7th Time Loop, The Villainess Enjoys a Carefree Life Married to Her Worst Enemy Volume 1. I do already have this volume. I picked it up because at half price I thought this would be a neat volume for a giveaway, so I still need to announce that, film it, decide how I'm going to run it. But I do want to do a giveaway. I have a whole swathe of volume 1s to give away, including some isekai goodness. Okay, so all of this is stuff I got in the sale section. It is not grouped by series, really, because they weren't necessarily grouped by series in the boxes that I was going through. So I'm going to try and piece some of them together. Are there any ones that I can just talk about? Okay, so on top we have Ghostly Things Volume 3. This is a 3-volume series. I've read Volume 1. It reminded me of like a Demon Prince of Momochi House without the romance. I regret reading Volume 1, not having the rest of the volumes so I could read them all together, because it's such a short series. I can't imagine it being too heavy, too arduous, and I'm gonna forget characters, so I'm really desperately trying to find Volume 2 now so I can read them before I forget what happens. Okay, next we have... That's got some more volumes. Next we have A Silent Voice Volume 3. Now this was the only volume of Silent Voice I was missing. I've been picking them up like second hand here and there as I find them, and then I've only been missing Volume 3, so I have a full set of this now, and I really, really want to read it because I feel like it's one of those manga series that you read and you're like, oh my god, it's so good. Classic, maybe? I don't know if it's a classic. I don't know. But I do want to read it. Okay, next we have Star Wars Lost Stars Volume 1. Big Star Wars fan. Love Star Wars. So realizing that there's Star Wars manga that I didn't have get on it. I don't know how many there are of this. I hadn't actually looked into it much before, actually vaguely recently, so I might try and grab those soonish. What publisher is it? I can't see. It's under the sticker. Does that say Square Enix? Really? Wow. Star Wars manga is published by like everyone. Okay, that's a series. We've got Monthly Girls, Nozaki-kun 6 and 7. This is like a light-hearted slice of life romance high school for coma style series. I read volume 1. I quite liked it. I don't feel like I see them too often, especially on sale, so I've been slowly piecing them together. I've got like 4 volumes now, maybe 5 with these two. We've got different colours on the spine, and I would like to try and read a bunch together. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, that's a series, and you go with that. You got that, yeah. So next we have 3 volumes of Your Lie in April. We have volume 2, volume 3, and volume 7. I've just noticed the back has the pastels on it. It's so cute. That's so pretty. I love that. I love them so much. I understand this is a really sad series. I hadn't realized how sad it was going to be until I saw someone else talking about it, or the anime, and I was like, oh no, have I made a mistake? Because I don't like reading sad things. I don't want to be sad. I have a bunch of these. I've been picking them up secondhand. I now at least have like 1 to 5, I think. It's early double digits, I think is how many volumes there are. So there isn't too much I think I'm missing. Okay, next we have Reign of the Seven Spellblades, the manga, volume 2. I really liked volume 1, and then I grabbed volume 3 for half price, and then find volume 2 for half price, which is absolutely lovely, especially a series you enjoyed, the next one you need, half price. Excellent, amazing, so happy. I started buying the light novel for Ben. Hopefully he enjoys it. Okay, are these volumes together? Yes. Next we have 4 volumes of A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. We have volume 2, volume 4, volume 7, and volume 6. So this is, again, a series I think I've only been buying like half price. Don't really know too much about it. I don't see too many people picking it up, actually. Maybe that's why it's half price. But I heard someone I follow on Instagram had read it and said it was really good and they liked it, and I trusted their opinion, so I was like, let's give it a go. Okay, next we have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Trinity and Tempest 2. Now, I still not brought myself to read any of the slime spin-offs, having been burnt trying to read the Monster Nation one, but I'm hoping that I'm now going to be at a point where I can. I've just picked up volume 21 of the manga, and I think I'm actually going to... I've not really been rushing to pick the spin-offs up because I couldn't read them, but I think I am going to now, because surely I must be far enough in that I can. But I'm gonna... I need to check online. I had found somewhere online that said which arc they take place during or after, and I can match it up with the manga. Okay, next we have 4 volumes of Great Priest Imhotep. We have volume 6, we have volume 8, we have volume 7, and we have volume 10. This is also quite an expensive series. It's bigger yen press, not seen around too much. I've gotten a few of them secondhand, and now I have 4 more. I think I have like 3 volumes. Can I see them from here? Yeah, I think I've got 3 volumes. So I've got 7, and I think, actually I can't remember how many volumes it is, but I've definitely got, I think, a volume 11 over there. So 4 volumes. I don't have volume 1. I'm missing a volume 1. Okay, next we have 3 volumes of Though You May Burn to Ash. Volume 5, 4, and 6. It is a plastic wrap series. I understand the series is actually incomplete because the manga artist unfortunately passed away whilst drawing it. So it is going to be a series that won't have an ending. I don't know anything about it otherwise, except I picked up volume 1 a while back because my friend looked at the cover and giggled because it was very much boobage, and I was like, let's grab it then. And then I found out when I got home about the series. But I have 3 more, so I'm only missing 2 and 3. I don't know if 6 is the last one that got published, but I'll find out. I can go check. Finally, of the sale manga I picked up, we have Love of Kill 6. This is a series I am going to endeavour to try and get up to date with this year, and I also really want to try and read it this year. Lots of people say it's super good, super amazing. It's great, and I want to find out why. I find it's quite thin though, so I don't really want to be paying retail. And preferably not 3 for 2 if I can. So being able to get a whole bunch 50% off is amazing. Okay, so stuff I picked up in Travelman Newcastle that wasn't manga. I got this pin of a red panda because I love red pandas so much, and he's just lounging. Ow. Just lounging there. I'm going to pin it on the board I have above my desk. So excited. I also got an exit game. Me and Ben do these on occasion. It's kind of like an escape room. It's kind of just like a box of puzzles, and they're super fun to do. Ben and I really enjoyed doing them. We got an advent calendar one last year that was super fun. Though we still haven't actually quite finished it. We've still got some days to do, that we just need to sit down and do them. But I promised Ben we'd do this over the Easter weekend, so we're going to do that. So I think that's everything I picked up. I'm going to run through quickly some of the stuff Ben picked up. Not that I can remember which store he got them all in. So first off, Ben picked up a whole bunch of dice. That was like his thing. He wanted to get a set of dice in every store he went to. He actually bought me some dice. These like black and green ones. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that now from over there, now that I've killed this camera. So these ones are for me. And then he also got some bags. So all these bags he got at various stores. I think some of these dice he didn't get on the trip. They're just ones he already had. But I don't remember which ones he already had. But they are all full of dice. They're quite neat little bags, actually. And then, what RPG books did he get? So he got this one, Absolute Power, Silver Age Sentinels 2nd edition superhero role-playing game. It's so heavy. All role-playing books are super heavy. He really, really likes reading through RPG systems. He just wants to start running them. We're going to try and do some 2-player ones for us to try out, and then I'm going to try and convince him to run one in the Discord server, the Dudette Discord server, not that he knows it yet. Next, he got these Conan. Is this like Conan the Barbarian? Conan, I think they're spin-offs. I don't think this is like the main rules. Yeah, they're like side things. Something about they're losing the licensing, so they're trying to dump a whole bunch of stock or something. I didn't fully follow, but he's desperately trying to find a main rule book before that happens. And then the last thing he picked up was this Spelljammer Adventures in Space, and it's a big fancy set, and he said it's basically D&D in space, and he bought this in Newcastle, so we had to carry this back. So all the stuff we bought in Newcastle, and this, and also the stuff we bought in York, we had to carry it back on the train through Leeds. That was hard. That was, nearly killed me. It's a really fancy edition though. So that is everything I picked up and then picked up on our Travelling Man Day extravaganza. We had a great time. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of all the stuff that I picked up. What did you think of the sales, the deals? I think I pretty much at the beginning, I started with new releases and then started to go into like trying to fill in gaps I've been trying to fill in for a while, and then into sale problems. It was really neat to be able to go back to the York and Newcastle stores because it's been so long and they changed a whole bunch. It was neat to see how they are now. I do definitely want to go back, and I don't want to leave it as long as I did this time to go back. If you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely let me know down below what you thought of the whole Travelling Man haul and what I picked up, what Ben picked up, the sales stuff. If you haven't already, check out the Travelling Man website, which can be found linked down below. Also check out my social media and affiliate links like the Dudette's Discord server. Woo! Otherwise, thank you so much, Travelling Man, for not making me leave buy all this manga. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!